From the Dunciad by Alexander Pope, from Book the Fourth. Yet a moment, one dim ray of light, indulged chaos and eternal night, of darkness visible, so much belent, as half to show, half veil the deep intent. Ye powers, whose mysteries restored I sing, to whom time bears me on his rapid wing, suspend awhile your force, inertly strong, then take at once the poet and the song. Now flamed the dog star's unpropitious ray, smote every brain and withered every bay. Sick was the sun, the owl forsook his bower, the moon-struck prophet felt the maddening hour. Then rose the seed of chaos and of night, to blot out order and extinguish light, of dull and venal a new world to mold, and bring Satyrian days of lead and gold. She mounts the throne, her head a cloud concealed, in broad effulgence, all below revealed. 'Tis thus aspiring, dullness ever shines, soft on her lap her laureate son reclines. Beneath her footstool, science groans and chains, and wit dreads exile, penalties and pains. There foamed rebellious logic, gagged and bound, their stripped fair rhetoric languished on the ground. His blunted arms by sophistry are borne, and shameless Billingsgate her robes adorn. Morality by her false guardians drawn, sing chincane in furs and casuistry and lawn. Gasp as they straighten at each end the cord, and dies when dullness gives her page the word. Mad Mathesis alone was unconfined, too mad for mere material chains to bind. Now to pure space lifts her ecstatic stare, now running round the circle finds it square, but held in tenfold bonds the muses lie, watched both by envy's and by flattery's eye. There to her heart sad tragedy addressed, the dagger wont to pierce the tyrant's breast, but sober history restrained her rage, and promised vengeance on a barbarous age. There sunk Thalia, nerveless, cold, and dead, had not her sister Satire held her head, nor couldst thou, Chesterfield, a tear refuse. Thou weepest, and with thee wept each gentle muse, when lo a harlot form soft sliding by, with mincing step, small voice, and languid eye, foreign her hair, her robes discordant pride, in patchwork fluttering, and her head aside. By singing peers, upheld on either hand, she tripped and laughed too pretty much to stand, cast on the prostrate nine a scornful look, then thus in quaint recitativo spoke. O cara, cara, silence all that train, joy to great chaos, let division reign. Chromatic tortures soon shall drive them hence, break all their nerves and fritter all their sense. One trill shall harmonize joy, grief, and rage, wake the dull church and lull the ranting stage. To the same notes thy sons shall hum or snore, and all thy yawning daughters cry, encore. Another Phoebus, thy own Phoebus reigns, joys in my jigs and dances in my chains. But soon, soon rebellion will commence, if music meanly borrows aid from sense. Strong in new arms, lo giant Handel stands, like bold Briareus with 100 hands. To stir, to rouse, to shake the soul he comes, and Jove's own thunders follow Mars's drums. Arrest him, Empress, or you sleep no more. She heard and drove him to the Iberian shore, and now had fame's posterior trumpet blown, and all the nations summoned to the throne. The young, the old, who feel her inward sway, one instinct seizes and transports away. None need a guide, by sure traction led, and strong impulsive gravity of head. None want a place, for all their centra whole found, hung to the goddess, and cohered around. Not closer orb and orb conglobed air are seen, the buzzing bees around their dusky queen. Next bidding, all draw near on bended knees. The queen confers her titles and degrees. Her children first, of more distinguished sort, who study Shakespeare at the inns of court, impale a glowworm, or virtue profess, shine in the dignity of FRS. Some deep Freemasons join the silent race, worthy to fill Pythagoras' place. Some botanists or florists at the least, or issue members of an annual feast, nor pass the meanest unregarded, one rose a Gorgorian, one a Gormongon, the last not least, in honor or applause, Isis and Cam made doctors of her laws. Then, blessing all, go children of my care, to practice now from theory repair. All my commands are easy, short, and full. My sons, be proud, be selfish, and be dull. Guard my prerogative, assert my throne. This nod confirms each privilege your own. The cap and switch be sacred to his grace. With staff and pumps the Marquis led the race. From stage to stage the licensed earl may run, paired with his fellow charioteer the sun, the learned baron butterflies design, or draw to silk Arachne's subtile line. The judge to dance his brother sergeant call, the senator at cricket urge the ball, the bishop stow pontific luxury, and 100 souls of turkeys in a pie. The sturdy squire to Gallic masters stoop, and drown his lands and manors in a soup. Others import yet nobler arts from France, teach kings to fiddle, and make senates dance. Perhaps more high some daring son may soar. Add to my list to add one monarch more, and nobly conscious princes are but things, born for first ministers, as slaves for kings. Tyrant supreme shall 3 estates command, and make one mighty Dunciad of the land. More she had spoke, but yawned. All nature nods. What mortal can resist the yawn of gods? Churches and chapels instantly it reached. St. James is first, for leaden Gilbert preached, and catch the schools, the halls, scarce kept awake. The convocation gaped, but could not speak. Lost was the nation's sense, nor could be found, while the long solemn unison went round. Wide and more wide it spread o'er all the realm. Even Palinurus nodded at the helm. The vapor mild o'er each committee crept. Unfinished treaties in each office slept, and chiefless armies dozed at the campaign, and navies yawned for orders on the main. O muse, relate, for you can tell alone, which have short memories and dunces none. Relate who first to last resigned to rest, whose head she partly, whose completely blessed. What charms could faction, what ambition lull, the venial quiet, and entrance the dull, till drowned with sense, and shame, and right and wrong. O sing and hush the nations with thy song. In vain, the all-composing hour. Resistless falls, the muse obeys the power. She comes, the sable throne behold, of night primeval and of chaos old. Before her fancy's gilded clouds decay, and all its varying rainbows die away, which shoots in vain its momentary fires. The meteor drops and in a flash expires, as one by one at dread Medea's train the sickening stars fade off the ethereal plain, as Argus's eyes by Hermes' wand oppressed closed one by one to everlasting rest. Thus, at her felt approach, the secret might, art after art goes out, and all is light. See, sulking truth to her old cavern fled, mountains of casuistry heaped over her head. Philosophy that leaned on heaven before shrinks to her second cause and is no more. Physic of metaphysic begs defense, and metaphysic calls for aid on sense. See mystery, to mathematics fly. In vain they gaze, turn giddy, rave, and die. Religion blessing veils her sacred fires, and unawares morality expires. Nor public flame, nor private dares to shine, nor human spark is left, nor glimpse divine. Lo, thy dread empire, chaos is restored. Light dies before thy uncreating word. Thy hand, great monarch, lets the curtain fall, and universal darkness bury us all.